Hello, class. Today, you're going to learn about line conventions while filling out your worksheet. Lines of varying styles and thickness are used in a specific way to develop and communicate graphic messages about an object's geometry. The next few slides show some basic line conventions and their use. The lightly drawn line that you see on the pictorial picture are called construction lines and are used for guidance when drawing an object. The solid dark line outlining the object is called the object line. No surprise there. The small dashed lines are called hidden lines. Note that I'm not pointing to the longer dashed line in the middle of the two smaller dashed lines. Hidden lines are used when you can't see features from this particular front view. If we were to view this object from the top view, we would see a small circular hole. So the two dashed lines on the front view represents the edge of a circular hole. In the middle of the two holes are longer dashed lines called center lines. Center lines represent the center of symmetrical features. In this case, the two center lines represent the middle of the circular holes. If for some reason you want to see the inside of an object, you can do so by creating what's called a short break line. Note that we won't do this often during this course. The lines you see from the short break lines are called section lines, and they represent the type of material on the inside of an object. Different patterns can represent different types of materials used. In this course, if we do use a short break line, we'll only use this pattern that you see right here for section lines. The line with two arrowheads and a number in the middle is called a dimension line. And you guessed it, it's used to represent the distance of that particular interest. The straight lines that are 90 degrees from the dimension lines are called extension lines. They are used to show the reader where you're referencing from the dimension. If for some reason the object is extremely long, you can use what's called a long break line, as long as the object looks the same in the gap from the start and end point of the long break line. Long break lines are drawn as jagged lines as seen below. If you're trying to dimension a diameter of a circle, you can use what's called a leader line. Leader lines have one arrowhead pointing to the circle or arc of interest, with the line at an angle. Then, right before the number, a horizontal line is drawn right before the number. Next to the number, you see a circle with a line through it. That symbol means the number is a diameter dimension. For all circles in this course, we use the diameter dimension. If you were to see a capital R next to a number, that would represent its radius. We will use radius dimension for all arcs in this course. These standards relate to what's called technical drawings. This is more precise than freehand sketching. If different types of lines overlap with each other on a technical drawing, here are some rules to follow. First one is object lines take precedence over hidden or center lines. Hidden lines take precedence over center lines, and the cutting plane lines take precedence over all other. Here's a multi-view sketch of one object showing its front view, top view, and side view. On the top view, there are hidden lines created by the hole you see in the front view. But because there's that dip you see on the front view, it would be represented with object lines. Since there are both hidden lines and object lines at the same spot on the top view, the object line wins. With the side view, there should be a center line because of that same hole, but because of that step up, the object line wins again.